Today we find ourselves at the LAPD Media Relations. Join Chief Charlie Beck for a conversation regarding the Chief's message for the month of March 2015. Sarah, there's a national dialogue right now in regards to our authority as policemen. So when we're looking at that, you can be attributed to authority in regards to your comments from the not only of the authority that is legal, but the authority that is moral. Can you evaluate those for us?
Sure, Jack, and there are two different things. The city of Los Angeles, the state of California, gives all of us that wear this badge the legal authority to take away a person's life, to take away a person's liberty, and to take away a person's property. It's an awesome piece of authority that is given to us by the people that we serve. So there's two parts to that. One is you always got to remember it's not your authority, it's the people's authority, and it's given to us as long as we earn it. And moral authority is a little different. Moral authority is the same thing that communities exercise over each other to manage behavior. Think of moral authority as your mother. Your mother has no legal authority over you, but she has tremendous moral authority over you and actually directs your activities through that moral authority. So I'm not looking to be everybody's mother, but what I am looking to do is to have a police department that folks recognize as being two things. One, effective, which we are, and the other is fair. In other words, when we take enforcement action, people may not agree with it. People may resent the fact that they've been taken to jail or whatever, but they've got to recognize that what we did was fair. In other words, that we didn't do things for the wrong reasons, we did them for the right reasons. And so you build moral authority. The legal authority is given to you. It is static. In other words, it's always the same. But moral authority is something that you can build in a community. And I think a good recent example is the demonstrations, the Ferguson-based demonstrations. Now, the department had tremendous legal authority there. We can, literally stop protests and things like that immediately. But we gained the moral authority. In other words, we allowed people, and we were very vocal about it, allowed people to exercise their First Amendment rights up until a point. And we were very clear about what that point was, and we were decisive when that point was breached. And that gave the department the moral authority. I go all over the city and the state and even the nation, and this department's recognized positively for the way that we handled the protests. Isn't because of the legal authority, it's because we established moral authority before we used our legal authority. And that's a fine concept, but it's very important in policing. When you're a small police department like us, 10,000 sworn, 3,000 civilian, the only way that you can control a population of 4 million spread over almost 500 square miles is by establishing moral authority. Legal authority is about force and handcuffs and detention and jail. Moral authority is about people doing and obeying the law because they believe in the law. And we're all the representatives of the law, and I get that people should believe in the law because it's the right thing and it is voted on and moved forward by the legislature and all that. But the reality is people believe in the law because of the way we act. And if we act responsibly, if we act with moral authority, if we establish moral authority, then people are more likely to follow the law.
Is there an immediate gauge that we can look at to see if we're actually being effective?
You can look at a number of things. You look at the way that we're portrayed, the way that people talk about what we do, the depth at which we reach into the community, how we establish ourselves as a legitimate force in the community, whether we're looked at as people that police over the community or as people that police with the community. There's a number of ways to gauge it, and a lot of it is gauged by the reaction of the public to what we do.
A lot of that can be looked upon as transparency within the department itself and also our transparency to the public themselves. What about the fact that when we have that authority, when we're working within a community itself, how do we know within ourselves how successful we are? Because you monitor it as the manager of the department. How do you know that we're doing it?
Well, I know that we're doing it because when we talk to folks it's evident. You know, when you talk to groups, when you look at how communities react to the presence of the police, you know, it is very, very obvious. You know, when I began policing in the city of Los Angeles, particularly in South Los Angeles, you know, the department exercised strong legal authority, but our moral authority decayed over time. And, you know, that led to strong resentment against the police department and against police officers as individuals. You know, when I go to Southeast or 77th now, I see strong moral authority. I see a police department that is viewed as being fair and effective. And you know, that's the goal. That's what you know, that is what we are trying to achieve.
Falls on the comment that you always make about it's not the absence of crime, but it's the presence of justice.
Right. Justice is all about moral authority. If people believe that we are a just police department, that the things that we do are fair and equitable, and you know, and even though they may not agree with them, and you know, I mean, that's our job. I mean, obviously, people are not going to agree with everything we do, especially those that we arrest. But justice is about being fair. Justice is about being equitable. Justice may be as much as little as explaining why you stop somebody. And it may be as much as the way that you act in court and the way that you testify.
Let's go internally for a minute here for a couple of issues. Number one, last promotions. Looks like we're bursting with promotions here. Is this part of the reorg that you've got planned?
Well, you know, the economy, we had a very tough 5 years. Everybody knows that. And so the economy is coming back, and a number of people have reached retirement age and created vacancies, and we've been able to fill those vacancies. So, you know, I'm very, very pleased about that. It is a significant change in the department, though, and there are many, many people in new leadership roles, you know, and I'm excited about that, and I think the whole department should be excited about that. You know, the department definitely ages by generation, you know, and we are seeing a new generation of leaders, and you know, that is exactly what we want, because you know, my goal is to build a police department for the future, you know, not just a good present police department.
How about in the civilian ranks?
Well, you know, we're doing very well. We made a number of civilian promotions, and we have some hiring targets that we're going to reach this year. So, you know, it isn't what I would like it to be, but it's the best we've had in the last 5 years.
And all you have to do is drive over to the erector set, and suddenly you see there's no parking there because we have about 400 Ford Explorers ready to come on the line.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new police vehicles, which is really good. You know, the fleet has been aging. You know, our motor transport division has done a fantastic job, and please, all of you, say thank you. Thank your folks in the garage. They work really hard and have done a stellar job. And now their job will get a little bit easier because the cars will be a little bit newer. So that's a great thing.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, Jack. Thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do every day. Now go out, do a good job, do a fair job, and take care of each other and take care of yourself.